Are you gonna watch it while we're okay? This is gonna be very stressful, Brady. Are you on? Are you live? I am live.
Real quick, we can read Dylan's text messages.
No, that's Discord. Yeah, we're
good to
going.
go. We're waiting on the players to finish shuffling up.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Gamers Gambit LLC here in beautiful downtown Lake City. We are covering our Friday night Armory event. We see here we have a Dylan on KO versus a
Noise. On Fi.
on Fi. Okay.
It was Fi, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
we've got
it's Fi.
we've got a Fi versus a KO here.
Let's see.
Looks like we are
Noise looks like he's going
nice
first.
turn. Yep, we got a tunic counter, and looks like we're gearing up for a explosive turn here as a Fi. A couple of reds. Interesting choice, not running a flame scale furnace here.
What is that?
So,
Sweeping blow?
no, sweeping blows and illusionist card. That's a soaring strike.
Soaring strike.
Yep, soaring
Yep,
strike,
that's
pitching another soaring strike coming in for 4. First chain link here, so the on hit doesn't really matter that much. We've got a block here.
Makes sense.
Turn 0. Letting
Yeah.
1 damage leak through. 5's pretty happy in this case. He banishes. We'll get a little extra value off of the hit.
This is looks like Dylan is being his
Got a judge call or judge going here.
his level 1 judge.
Yep.
Always good to have a judge. What mask do you think he's running?
It's an interesting layout for the 5 here. So top to bottom here, we've got Mask of Many Faces, Findall Spring Tunic, Tiger Stripe Shuko, and Snapdragon Scalers here. Now, Mask of Many Faces, I haven't seen too commonly in 5 builds. It allows you to destroy it at the cost of a resource, and you can give an attack action card a specific name. So for 5 here, it would be maybe a Phoenix Flame, something like that, if we're going for a
But
Phoenix
that doesn't count as Draconic, though, correct?
No, name is name only.
Name only,
in
yeah.
the 5
So
deck, you care about Phoenix Flame specifically if you're
Yeah.
going for
The
a
Phoenix
Phoenix
form.
form.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Coming in for another 1 for 4 here. Doesn't get the extra value because its cost was greater, or it was equal to the number of Draconic Chain Links. It looks like Dylan's happy to take 4 here. Overall, pretty decent turn 0.
He's discarding the agile windup to create an agility for his next turn.
Yeah, very important as a brute, especially a KO. You want to be attacking at least twice a turn. You don't get a lot of equity out of your weapon here, so being able to do that on turn 0 and start off with basically free go again is pretty good.
Wow.
Using the cross strap right away, we might see a pretty big turn here from Dylan. We've got
Blade
a
Runner.
runner. Your warrior's showing.
See, my warrior is
We've got a runner coming through here. Pops the agility token, but makes another if it had go again. Coming in for 6. Bleeds 3 damage through. We see we have a block here from the Phi, one of his crucial, I believe that's a blue. Coming in now with a Savage Feast. Discarding a Wild Ride here. Because of that, he...
Not necessarily what you want to see when you discard.
It's a 6 or greater power here. So he'll be able to make a Might token and draw a card, and that's basically a free arsenal there.
That's true.
And 6 damage.
Yeah, and you know Phi can't block.
Oh, that's not true at all, but depends on your build.
You know, the stereotype.
Judge Dylan moving, clearing off the combat chain here.
Oh, I think I saw a snatch.
That is a snatch. That
wait, he needed to wait before blocks.
Blue snatch.
Yeah.
I believe.
Is it blue? Dylan's explaining that you wait to kill snapdragons.
No, my apology. That's a red snatch.
But you know, he's definitely being the judge he is here, because you can wait to see if snatch will hit before killing the snapdragons.
Well, yeah.
Which you might do it no matter what, but
not accounting for defense reactions. So you see a double block here from Dylan. Doesn't want to give that draw.
Well, you never want to give an extra draw to fight. Oh, I see why he played the snatch first for the Blaze Headlong.
Blaze Headlong getting go again because another red card was played.
Yep.
Dylan just takes 4 here. That's just 4, no on hit effects, so not too bad. We got an Ember Blade coming in for 3.
Yep. 3 with go again.
Yep.
Yeah, KO. Dylan on KO is fine taking that extra. And then
see 5.
He did have to pay for that Phoenix
Flame
there.
He paid 1 to get the Phoenix Flame back.
That
Shuko does not have an effect.
Nope.
So this will just be a Phoenix Flame coming in for 1.
Yeah.
Shuko cares specifically about 2 or less here, important to know.
Yeah, Dylan's played Fab for a little while now and is pretty knowledgeable.
Crucially has been put through the Phi ringer. Known Drum My player is Dylan. Had to battle his way through several Phis in Phi's heyday.
True.
It sounds like there's a slight echo.
All right. Okay, we're back.
Had some slight
Um,
technical difficulties here. It looks like we missed Dylan's turn, unfortunately. He was able to generate an agility and a might token on his last turn. That'll be important as he decides whether or not to block Fi out here.
So this is showing that the Tiger Stripe Shuko is working because
Yep.
the
We've got a blue Dust Runner Outlaw, I believe.
Just Run Outlaw,
and
yeah, one.
Yep.
Yeah, so coming in for 2.
Yep, coming in for 2.
Makes sense. And then I think that's a Lava
Yep.
Burst.
So Dylan makes the smart
Oh.
play here. Blocks with
Yep.
Scowling Fleshbag, intimidates that Lava Burst out of our Fi's hand here.
Yep. Which
Shuts
I mean,
down,
obviously,
saves Dylan a solid 5 points of health here.
honestly, probably the best card that Bruce got in a long time. Scowling Fleshbag, just taking that last card out of hand is awesome in a lot of different decks.
Very good. Brief discussion with our players about how much the Fi will have to draw up to here.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Dylan has popped both of his has both of his tokens on board.
I'm a little confused with if I didn't Arsenal. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, he's explaining you can Arsenal the Intimidated card, which is the way to do that. So you drop. Yeah.
Crucially,
okay.
the way Intimidate works here is that at the beginning of your end phase, before you would draw, that card would come back to your hand. Big turn
Bellow.
incoming. We see a Blood Rush Bellow here. I believe Dylan has a Might and an Agility token here.
Correct.
Deciding the random discard here. Now, knowing what I know about KO decks, I don't think this will be too random. Yep, we are going to see a 6 power
Swing
discarded
big.
for sure. Now, I'm sure Dylan wasn't too thrilled about seeing a Swing Big go.
No.
That's 8 damage.
Well, 10 because of the Bellow.
Oh, yeah. But we do see a Might token generated off of KO's ability.
And the draw too, which obviously
Ooh,
Bruce's very happy about.
I see a Pack Hunt in hand. Looks like a Bare Fangs. Smash Instinct, and I can't quite see what that one last card was. You see this? You see this Bare Fangs here pitching out that Record Romp. Here we got 2 floating resources. We'll see a random discard again. Now, knowing what we know about the hand, this is going to hit. Force, the middle card goes. That is a Smash Instinct. It looks to be a blue Smash Instinct.
Which is still 6 because KO.
Yes, because of KO's ability.
Because, KO, 100% blue block 3s are great in KO, even if they do come in for 5.
So that'll generate another Might token.
Yep.
Now and we'll see this attack come in for 11 with Go again.
Oof.
Big turn coming here from our KO. Now, looking at Fi's hand, we do see 3 block, 2 blocks, and 1 card I can't quite see there. So it looks like we've got at least 7 points of block here. Not enough to cover up this entire turn, unfortunately, for our Fi here.
I think you just, I don't know, what do you do?
You definitely can't tank the damage.
No,
this
I
is
think
going to be presenting
block.
lethal on this turn, I believe. I think you have to block out. We might see the Shuko go, and we might see the Tunic go here.
Yeah, I think you also, definitely block with the Shuko here. Not 100% necessary in Fi. Oh, he's just taking the 11.
Taking the 11. Very interesting. We see 2 resources floating here with our KO. So we will see at least another attack.
Checking. It looks like we're checking life here to make sure that the Fi did take 11 and not more or less.
Oh, handy feature of our app here.
There we go. Okay, so you only take 10. I thought he was at 20, but you never.
So there goes those 2 resources coming in with a Claw. Now this Claw will have Go again. So this is a Claw for 5.
5 Go again. This is gonna be, that's 16 points of damage currently presented, and he's got another card to go.
And here we go with the Pack Hunt. That Pack Hunt will intimidate one of the cards out of R5's hand. Crucially, I think it's game over if he takes the 3 black.
The 3 black.
He did not.
He did not.
So this is a pack hunt for 8. Still going to draw some equipment here. We see a block with the Shuko and the Mask of Many Faces. That's covering up 3 damage.
Curiously, would you block with the tunic here?
I
feel like I'd block with the tunic.
He's going to go to 1. I don't think he's going to... I see, personally, I would have blocked with the tunic as well. He's not going to get 3 more turns out of that tunic, I don't think.
No. He's now in reckless range.
He is in reckless range. Now, deck lists are closed for this event. I don't know if Dylan is running Reckless Swing in his deck or not.
I may know that he's in fact running Reckless Swing in this deck.
We see a Rise from the Ashes here, bringing in a Phoenix Flame to his Phi's hand. This will be a Phoenix Flame for 3.
For 3, yep.
Not quite the explosivity you want to see here as the Phi. You're hoping to pull as many cards out of this Chaos hand, but Dylan's at a pretty good spot right now. He's got 1 block left on his shoes, and he's got his Apex Bonebreaker there as well, ready to block. He just takes the 3. We see a Brothers in Arms played here. The Phi, it's coming in with Go again. Phi goes straight to the attack reaction step.
Yeah.
All right.
Testing.
Yep, testing. We saw
Test.
a Phi so far, and I knew all the cards. And we saw a
Kevin
KO, and
KO.
I knew a good 99% of the cards, so I'm feeling pretty good. Now, if we see like a Vincent,
Yeah, that might be rough. I've been practicing Prism, trying to remember the Prism Fignets. Dory. I have
oh, we're
Dory.
golden on
We're
Dory. Yep.
golden. I'll know all those. A lot of the warrior cards for sure. I'll
hmm
know.
I'm really excited to maybe see a Kasai tonight. Big
Possibly.
Kasai fan. Um, at least of old Kasai and Blitz.
New Kasai just draws a lot of cards, so
Oh,
you should be
yeah.
a fan.
Now you're speaking my language.
Exactly. Yeah. New Kasai is all card draw.
Love that. Yeah. Now, everybody, we saw Dylan win that game, but unfortunately, he didn't really deserve to win that game because he was playing Kevin. And we all
It's
know
true.
how I feel about Kevin. And more importantly, we know how I feel about Dylan. I would love to see a nice 0-4 drop from Dylan tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
Bring him down to
04, you
size.
think it's not an 05 drop? Come on.
I think he has enough self-esteem. And welcome back, everybody. Kittens and Goose here on the coverage. We're running it back with our KO and Phi. Last game, we did see KO take it pretty handily.
No surprise there.
My inner Phi just hurts.
You know it to be true. KO definitely a meta deck right now, although he does have quite a few decks that do beat him, Warrior being some of the big ones.
Many people saying that KO is actually the best deck in the format right now, especially with Dromai poised to leave. Dromai was considered to be a tough matchup for KO. Debatably so. You see some people saying it isn't, some people saying it is. But
you see a lot of Dories being KO as well. Just that fridge is hard to get through.
KO posing quite the fridge on his own, and with the new equipment coming up, it'll only grow.
Yeah, I'm wondering what R&D thought of that one on on Fab's side.
Well, I tell you what, I can't wait for my friends new to the game to go to their local game store, pick up their copy of that deck, and be able to play. Certainly won't be sold out. Definitely won't get bought up by all of the dedicated KO players that already exist.
Or brute players at all, because
they don't want best in slot chest. Exclusively new players do.
Yeah, exactly. But I do know that Gamers Gambit will for sure be stocking as many of them as they can.
So turn 0 here, we see KO.
Agile Windup.
An Agile Windup, KO making themselves an Agility and a Might token. Now, interesting, do you attack here or do you let the Phi sit on whatever hand they have?
I feel like I Arsenal here just because, I don't know. What is it? I guess it doesn't cost you anything, right? To attack here because it doesn't pop your Agility, doesn't pop your Might.
Those important to know, Agility and Might tokens pop at the beginning of your action phase.
It's true.
So anything he generates here will carry over into the first term of really effective damage coming from, or costly damage. We see a Claw coming in here.
A Claw with Go Again because of the discard of the Agile Windup. There's some fun interactions with Agile Windup and swinging in with the Claw. The discard does come before the deciding to go again. Does not just Arsenal and passes. It's interesting.
Now, as the Phi there, you gotta wonder, did they keep absolute gas here, or are they, or do they just not have profitable blocks? We see a Brand with Cinderclaw coming in, a red one, is representing 3 points of damage, and it's the first Draconic Chain Link. See Dylan opting to take 3 here. Next attack for the Phi will be a Draconic if it wasn't already.
Looks to be a Phoenix Flame.
Yep, so this will be a Phoenix Flame coming in for 1. Now, interestingly, we see a Phoenix Flame being run in this Phi's deck. Seeing the Mask of Many Faces there, I have a feeling this is geared towards pulling off a Phoenix form.
Which this would be a lovely time to do that with possibly 2 Phoenix Flames. Not sure what the Phi's hand is. But I do see, interestingly enough, I know Dylan's really thought about this, does have an E-Strike in hand.
Pitching a Lava Burst to bring that Phoenix Flame out of the graveyard into his hand immediately plays down that Phoenix Flame. We see a Phoenix Flame coming in for 2. Dylan just takes it, and we see a Phoenix form with 2 Phoenix Flames on the chain here. So Phoenix form coming in for 4 damage.
5 damage? Oh no. If you control 2 or more, it has +2, so it looks like it's coming in for 5.
So we got a Phoenix form coming in for 5 damage. I kind of do like pitching this Lava Burst here to play the Phoenix form. It gives you a Lava Burst for later in the game, and you got the same amount of damage either way.
Although KO, or Kevin as we call him, really isn't known for going long games anymore.
We see our Might and our Agility token popping here.
So yeah, I'm assuming, pitching the E-Strike. Oh, There's the Arsenal. This makes sense
That's a good
now.
heads-up play from Dylan here, pitching that E-strike that could have potentially caused him some grief, although we see a wild ride be
Creating the might
a
after the
wild ride being
discard.
discarded here, drawing 2 cards.
Next attack will be +3 with go again, no matter what the attack is.
Yeah. We see we've
Does
got a
look
full grip
like-
here, no floating resources. Would wonder if we'll see this Heart and Cross trap get blown.
I do see a yellow, so that might be our pitch card here. Really thinking about it, Dylan is a very good player. Also known to kind of think through his turns, and sometimes he's pretty crazy. What
See
is that?
a blue pitched here for a Savage Feast. Now, if he gets a hit off of this discard, he will draw a card.
And of course he did.
There's the hit. And we will see a
Let's see.
card needs
9
to be
go
drawn
again.
from the Savage Feast. And there it is.
Just a draw.
With 2 floating resources, we've got 9 go again. Fi opting to take 9.
That is a crazy amount of damage. Is that a pulping I see in hand?
See a claw coming in here. This will be a claw for 5 with go again.
So what are we at? We're at 14 points coming in so far.
So
And we're not done.
as the 5 here, you got to do some math in your head. You got to see, is my turn going to represent more than 5 damage? We see a Reckless Fling being drawn and discarded off of the pulping.
Which you are happy with,
Yep.
honestly,
That's
as
the 5.
the
So
5.
we've got 8 damage coming in. Opting to block with his Mask of Many Faces. Now, from what we've seen, he is running Phoenix Forms in the deck, so this mask is pretty crucial to pulling off the rare 3 Phoenix
Absolutely.
Flame Chains. Interesting that the pressure has made him decide to block with that this early on. Looks like we might have a take back here. Pulping coming in for 8.
Oh, he's just going to
Taking
take the 8.
So
That's
that was 9, 14, plus 8, 22 points of damage. Now, that is not uncommon for a 5 to be able to pull out, especially if they have an Art of War assisted turn.
Unfortunately, though, no Arsenal, which makes that 22 a lot harder to pull off.
So starting off here, we see a Soaring Strike. Needs to pay for that. And a Mist Tunic counter.
I do know some newer players in, so we gotta be a little what do I want to say?
Don't say anything. Soaring Strike was not
Taking
paid
one.
for.
What is that?
That is
Inflame?
Inflame. So that comes in
Yeah.
for 1 and it grabs a Phoenix Flame. So essentially it's a 0 for 2 with go again.
Oh, so this will actually be 2, yeah, because off the
Crucial,
Tiger
yep.
Stripe should go.
Crucially, the attack before that was a blue. Got a sword here coming in for 3.
I don't think I've seen Inflame in a Fi deck.
I have seen it in the past. It's very important for this brand of Fi that we're seeing that is trying really hard to pull off these massive Phoenix Form turns. Looks like Dylan graciously is allowing an addition or that Mist Tunic trigger from earlier. And we'll see the Mask of Many. Nope. We won't see that.
So this is an instant.
Mask of Many
So-
Faces won't do anything here because ideally he'll want to name Phoenix Flame and then use using that to generate a third link.
Okay, so really he wanted to use it on the Inflame.
Correct.
Makes sense. So if he had been able to spend the 1, use it on the Inflame, So that would have been the third. Dylan explaining that that's how that works.
Also important to note that Phoenix form is in his graveyard, so he would need to have another one in hand to make it worth it. So
my assumption is he must. Oh, maybe not.
no,
Maybe
that
not.
was his last card.
Last card.
So,
okay.
Good to know for future reference. The Phi is able to pull out these using those inflames. He's able to pull out multiple Phoenix Flames from his graveyard in a turn. That combined with Rise from the Ashes or something like that, we could see a natural just 3 Phoenix Flames without
That's awesome.
the mask.
Yeah, I enjoy this Phi deck. It's a little different than the ones I've seen before. The mask does make sense now that we're seeing the 3 Phoenix Flame attempts into a Phoenix form.
Looks like we've got KO coming in with a 3-card hand here.
2 mites though.
2 mites.
No agilities at this point, so definitely going to be relying on an E-strike.
That'll get us to attacks. Now, like we
do.
mentioned earlier, you really want to be attacking at least twice as KO here. Swinging for 6 against a Phi isn't going to help you win the race.
This would be 7 off of the mite, but I agree.
We got a block here, bringing Phi down to 11, a little bit of damage leaking through. We've got Dylan pops his Heart and Cross Wrap. Pops the Heart and Cross Wrap, generating so 2 resources. We've got a Pulping, go for a draw discard, discarding the Savage Feast. That's going to generate another Might token.
Because that's a... Oh, yeah,
6.
so coming in for 6, for sure.
And we'll see.
This poor Phi. Oh, that does look like a Cast Bones and a CNC in hand. So I assume we'll see the Cast Bones at some point.
Now, what's your opinion on Cast Bones? Are you a roll Scab Skins to get Cast Bones at the beginning of your turn gamer, or are you a
no, you do it at the end to
wait?
set up.
I see.
100% you do it at the end to set up so that the person across from you knows what's coming, because that psychological play I think is also super important.
Spoken like a true warrior player here.
Attack reaction only Dory.
Known careful gamers is Kittens. We see a block here for this Soaring Strike
with the
Scowling Flesh Bag and a Command and Conquer.
Makes sense knowing that we know that he has the Cast Bones in hand.
Looks like we've got a Banish that face up too, letting KO have a little bit of information. We see a Searing Ember Blade come in for 3. Dylan opts to take that.
I would be unsurprised if he doesn't take all of
Here
this.
comes the Phoenix Flame. Yeah, as KO, he's in a pretty good spot here. That Phoenix Flame comes in for 1.
Still having a 3-card hand. Again, we know one of those is a Cast Bones. So
no might, no agility on this time.
That's true. Do you think he runs Scabs here? Or roll Scabs
I think
here?
he's in a winning position. I think generally you don't want to roll Scabs in a winning position.
He did have the Agile wind up to discard.
As an instant, discards it here, generates a might.
And gonna Cast Bones here. Let's see. I don't see any whiffs.
That is a great Cast Bones here.
I believe he'll have 7 might at the end of this.
And that's 7 might going into his turn.
7 might and an agility going into his next turn.
And he will be arsenaling this last card.
Oh, sorry, 2 agility. I don't know specifically how that works. I don't think you can get double go again.
You get extra go again. It's the rare secret achievement unlocked in Flesh and Blood. When you have extra go again, you can just play cards as if they were instants.
True. I wonder if only double go again let you get around Spectra.
No. Flesh and Blood as James White intended. Double go again.
Double go again.
See an Arsenal here in a draw up. Now, Dylan here is in a good spot to sit back, take some damage. He's got a 5-card hand coming in. 7 might. His first attack next turn is going to get +7. Folks.
Yeah, 3 value in armor still as well. So Phi here is going to have to do 20 damage, which I don't see happening.
We'll see. If there's an Art of War stored in Arsenal or something like that, we could see some big damage come from this fight, or maybe a fully charged Phoenix form. Looking
Looks like we see Ancestral Empowerment in Flame and Brand with Cinderclaw in Fi's hand.
we see that Ancestral will give the
Clash.
No, that is a Pat Call.
Pat Call, I'm sorry.
So Pat Call reveals the top card. If it would have been a non-6 power, it would have went to the bottom. So we see the draw there. Draws another Brand with Cinderclaw.
Not the card you want to see necessarily.
Yeah, it's 3 damage.
That's true. That's true.
See this Inflame coming in. Inflame will bring back a Phoenix Flame. It's their second Draconic Chain Link. One more Draconic attack, and Fi will be able to pull a second Phoenix Flame out of the yard for free. We also have an Arsenal here. See a Brand pitched. It's a blue Brand. So we'll have 1 resource floating. This will be coming in for 3 with Go Again.
Curious if Dylan will block.
If I could get Dylan to block a little bit here, he does have armor equity in his equipment there. So he might live to see another turn if he can pull an Arsenal out. That 7 might is very intimidating though across the table from you. We see a Phoenix Flame coming in here. This will be a Phoenix Flame from 2, proccing with Shuko. As an instant, we'll bring back the other Phoenix Flame. It'll be free. And we see another Phoenix Flame coming in for 1.
1 there. Probably should have took 2 off the Shuko, but I'm sure
he'll take it here.
Yep.
Casual Ariel at this event, folks. The stakes have never been lower.
It's true, it's true.
Here we see a Breaking Point coming in here, threatening the Arsenal. It's a Breaking Point coming in for 5.
I can see the scabbies, the scab skin leathers being
looked at here.
Yeah, possible blocks here.
What do you think Dylan has in his arsenal that is worth the block? Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe a Bloodrush Bellow or something similar?
Possibly. I don't know if this is... Honestly, if I think it was a Bloodrush Bellow, I think he would have been less likely to block here.
Mm-hmm. Well, that Breaking Point does threaten the Arsenal.
That's true, that's true. But I meant earlier on, I think he blocked a Swarm Strike or something. I think he's been less likely to block.
So we see the agilities and the might tokens pop here. First attack this turn will have +7 and Go Again. See a pitch, and we'll see a Bear Fangs here. We'll get a draw and a discard. So Bear Fangs will get an additional boost if a 6 or greater is discarded here. It was, so we'll see an even bigger Bear Fangs. I wonder if dice even go this high.
I don't think they do. I think his dice only go to 12, so we're gonna see multiple 15
on this Bear Fangs. Now that will pull at least some equipment
and equipment,
and cards here. And if it does have Go Again as well, he's got 1 remaining resource, so he can at least follow up with a Claw if he pitches his last card in hand.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's going to be the reality. I think he's going to end up pitching card in hand, bring in Claw for 3, and that might clean it up depending.
We'll see. This is going to draw a lot of cards from the Fi, especially depending on what the block is in hand. Fi, it's a point of contention amongst Fi as to how many 3 blocks you should run in the deck. Some people say only race. Other people say blocking is good.
Well, I know what camp you're in.
We see all 4 cards being pulled as well as all of the equipment.
So I think that means that might just be...
Let's see.
Oh. You're more of a 5 player than I am.
That'll lock it up and a Claw 4 game. So we see KO take 2 games back to back out of this.
It's a good deck, I think.
It's a solid deck. I feel pretty comfortable in saying potentially best deck in the format, especially after Dromai leaves.
Yeah, especially after Dromai leaves. I don't think necessarily that, you know, that it's, some people are like, oh, Chaos broken. I don't necessarily think he's broken. Not in the likes of like Starvo or Lexi that we've seen,
No.
but it's a good deck.
At the risk of provoking any capital D discourse, we did not see Scabskin Leathers rolled a single time in that game.
It's true. He stayed Kevin the whole time. He did not go full KO.
All right, that'll do it until our next round. Thanks for listening. We'll be back in just a bit.